Here we are again in our automation campaign, running a small light sports car manufacturer in Romania and currently shoveling in all of the money, so much that, yeah, the table is full, waiting for the taxman to arrive to take some of it. So let me get rid of that and let's see what we have to do next. So those who have watched the most recent live stream already have seen that we are currently preparing a successor for the G2 and also a spiritual successor to the original Rivetto. And we have already tried to design something, and we need to further detail that and actually engineer the car and plan the production and everything. So a complete new car project, including a test drive. And then also what I want to do in this episode is to release the Mark III update of the Futurismo, which is currently struggling a little bit. It's not bringing in so much money. So I'm looking forward to the update, which will release in 1975. Back in game, this is the situation. We are currently getting quite a lot of money. Company valuation is negative because of a lot of debt currently coming from our small car factory and also our engine factory that we have been building. So further expansions maybe we'll have to wait a bit. We'll have to see. I plan to sell quite a few of the new model. But before we do that, let's get into the project. And you see there are multiple variants now. After the live stream, after one night of sleep, I was not too happy with what we have produced. In the live stream you have seen that I was struggling quite a bit with this car body. And then I've been bouncing off a few ideas of my special advisor, Norman Vauxhall, and came up with something new. And you see that there in the bottom. So here you see again the original design that we had. And then let's take a look at what I actually want to pursue further. So let me delete the old versions. There's a second iteration on it there as well. So let's check what I've done. So I've completely redone the front. Much more boxy, much more angular, should be ready for the late 70s, early 80s from my point of view. I kept the sausage vents. The headlights are complete custom made. So these are individual bumper bars here around the side. The sides of the headlights are basically the same that I also used for the engine air intake from the Cuneo. So basically just these parts and then scaled so that they are almost perpendicular. Custom bonnet, or it's actually the trunk or frunk here. Custom seams, other rims. Air intake there for venting the brakes. I cut off quite a bit of the lower bumper. And the rear is still somewhat the same what we had. I just reworked the lights here and got rid of the extended lights. Added these louvers here and a small wing. Yeah, that's basically it, and a bit of a custom exhaust. And I think what I missed was to mirror these parts. These parts basically make the rear window a bit more boxy, which also should help. Yeah, so I'm much more pleased with this one. Just need to clean up a few things as I see them. Overall, I'm quite happy. I also added basic interior already. Let's go inside, check it out. So pretty basic as always. Not too much going on. As I said, it should be a bit of a successor as a cheap track car, light sports car. It has a little bit the side profile of the Montone actually, so I pulled this part up quite a bit so that it looks more like this, and has some resemblance within the company history. Doesn't look as much as a Rivetto anymore. Of course doesn't look like a G-Dual because that was a complete one-off design. And now it's time to give it a name. I hope the front doesn't look too much like Opel Kadett or something. The name is the Freccia. Without the H, that's how you write it. So the Freccia is basically an arrow, so should be light, small, quick. And the trim name here, of course, is the Berlinetta. And we also want to have a Spider version, or this time we can actually make a Targa. We have a Targa version here. Need to check that out. But first of all, I need to tune it so that I don't have to tune the second car twice. So currently the tune is not very good. We will make the gearing shorter. Also, we don't reach high speeds. And our emissions are all over the place as well, so we definitely need VES 6. So maybe we might even need an engine update, but maybe we can also get around that. Don't know why we are so bad. I thought this was already prepared and the G-Dual was ready for VES 6, but maybe not. We will check if we can get around it without an engine update or not. So I went through tuning the car once now, and I still have issues with the emissions. And if we take a look at our engine, then we see that there is single barrel echo in there, but catalytic converter. Maybe it's time to upgrade that. Maybe that also helps us to get a little bit better score. Car itself is pretty light, 750 kilos, which is pretty good, but I think we need to upgrade. So we have the 1.4 liter engine here. The other cars are all using the V8, so we can definitely upgrade that one. So most likely we can also up our stroke here so that we can actually make it a 1.5 liter engine, and then see what we have here. So mechanical fuel injection is probably something we need to avoid, even though then we have no problem with emissions. Mechanical fuel injection definitely is too expensive, even though we built the engines on our own, but the material costs alone here for this one are 1,116. That's too much. Going back to a DCOE maybe? And we can optimize the emissions here. And it's not getting a lot better even with emissions optimization. I need to go for the eco carb. Everything else is not working. But still I'm 33% off. And with emissions optimization it definitely goes into the wrong direction. Maybe we can get something with gearing and improve it. So let's first optimize the engine in general. So 18% away. And if we make it longer, we are getting very close. Yeah, there we are, green. Just some longer gearing. Then we have quite some margin. Okay, so we stay with the carb here for this one, the eco carb. And then we have pretty standard 5 gears. That's pretty good for such a cheap car. Limited slip diff, sports tires. They are quite expensive though. With the staggered setup, of course. Magnesium wheels. Brakes are on their limit. Try to keep them cheap. Maybe drums in the rear. That would actually save us a little bit. Also weight. Just have some sportiness brake fade. And 1% less desirability. Let's do solid disc. I think it makes sense. Light sports. Question is premium or not. I think we should even go for the premium version. We are not building cheap cars. Now my only concern is safety. It's below 30. The rest is pretty good. Let's take a look. Safety. Fuinia is alright. Helvetia, we cannot sell anything below 30, and the 80s, when they come, we are screwed again. But we are finding Gasmia and everywhere else. I would really like to get something going in Helvetia, but with these tiny cars, we just have no chance there. Again, we are here on a space frame with aluminium. There's nothing I can do without steel presses. The partial monocoque. What does this do? It's a monocoque front cap with a ladder frame rear. Do I need a steel presses for that? And I only can have front engine, so it's out of the question. Yeah, for a little higher stats, we should probably go for double wishbone instead of McPherson. This was my original choice. Just checking. Oh yeah. Look at how much more green this is. Completely out of the question. Alright, so now is the question only, do I aim for something above 30 safety wise? Then I need to spend really a lot in quality here. I don't think I do it. Helvetia will have to wait. Their safety regulations are just too harsh. Okay, so let's do it like this, and then let's get our Targa version. So let's check. Of course, we need to remove and rework some of the rear. So this looks more like a cloth top, and this more like steel. So let's choose this. Detachable hard top, it says here. So let's choose that. Okay, and then fixtures. So these were engine air intakes here. I need to find another solution then for this. Nice, pretty nice actually. And now the engine air intake. Alright, that's the engine air intake there. And I also need to clean up something here. And then let's optimize this one as well. So this one has, again, emissions problems because of worse aerodynamics. And also it doesn't really have a target market. Failing safety standards, that's what they tell, because this convertible sport market also exists in Helvetia, probably. Let's take a look. Yeah, convertible sport definitely exists. Safety is above 25 at least. So this one probably will not sell very well, but we can make it a little bit more luxurious. But it still will have problems selling. That's clear. Okay, the medium compounds instead of the sports helped a lot with the emissions. So let's do that. Okay, so this definitely does not score very well, but we will build a few. Maybe we can price it a little bit higher, and maybe some of the more premium buyers still want one. Also this one, now the convertible or the Targa version is almost 200 kilos heavier than the proper normal one. So the 108 horsepower will have more troubles, definitely. And it makes it a little bit clearer that this engine was struggling with emissions here in this variant. But yeah, pretty happy with how this turned out. And also our engineering is looking quite nice. So let's say we need to work a little bit on our reliability. We should definitely work on that. Engineering costs are pretty insane though. So we don't need to do it in 4 years. We have, I'd say we have 5 years at least. So we can save a lot of money, making it cheaper, more reliable, and also trying to automate it so that we get more cars out of it. Okay, 5 years. Then we need to work on our engine. Currently, yeah, we can definitely blow up that with regards to reliability and cost. Okay. Still have our small engine factory for it. Could pay them a little less. Yeah, it doesn't save that much money, 100. Let's keep it and keep them well paid. But we can improve our tooling here a little bit. I think we have the money. Just increase the quality overall. Then the car factory. Again, we go into the small factory where currently the G2 is produced. And maybe we can afford an upgrade. It's not that expensive. Could even go to a small 3. I will select that now and just see if we can sell so many cars or not. We'll adjust the wages so that they get the same as the engine factory. And we make decent profit per car for a 20k price point. But the engine factory is overworked, so I should probably upgrade the engine factory as well. And then we have a pretty expensive project again. Definitely need a larger engine factory. For 22 million, oh god. Profits even better because the engine production is better. Just improve the tooling quality or better build quality again. Profits are looking really nice. This low price. This is not a good idea, 15% margin. So I'd say currently we wouldn't need the large factory yet, but we have the option to produce more just in case our markets grow. Yeah, with 16k we are well in the light sports region. Might even get some fun market as well. So 16k is a super good price. So this should bring in quite some money, and I hope it will because it's so expensive. It will cost us 1.3 million per month. Let's take 30% of that as a loan, just a little bit, and then repay it in 4 years. let's do that. Interest rate is not ideal, but overall we lose 4 million. I can afford that. Okay. And there we go. Our project is signed off to be released in 1978. All right, let's see the effect on our finances. Oh, even more money. We don't spend so much yet on the project because our factories are not yet upgraded. This will happen a lot later. Yeah, only in 78. And until then, the G-Dual can also still run, and currently it's taking in so much. Oh god. It looks like the new car has already increased our competitiveness in the market. Things are going up here again. Possible sales and pre-orders. We just cannot keep up with production. So to be honest, I could actually increase the prices because we cannot meet our demands. Really, we are getting some money now, and the credit scoring improves quite a bit. Deliveries of Futurismo. Okay, we still have some. It's just this display that's bugged out. Even the 2+2 Mark III. Okay, that's the new version that will come out. This is now already collecting some pre-orders. And also the demand for the current 2+2 has definitely increased again. The market is reacting really nicely. We also still have a few months of Nova Vias in stock, so let's let it run a little bit. The demand here for the Futurismo, limited engine production for the Futurismo. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it looks like we don't have any deliveries. That's why this display looks like this. Where is the engine? It's the V8 3000 Stradale. Yep, and that's not manufactured anywhere. Probably some issue here, so I will just go to the Suchieta and say, please. Okay, now we should get that engine again. Yep. There it is, selling again. I hope we can sell them all until the new version comes out. And immediately they had a quality issue. Small one with low discovery chance. So let's do a quiet recall. And money-wise, I think I'm currently saving a little bit too much. I should work on some stuff. Engine architecture is definitely something I need. It will make all of our engines better and quicker to produce in the future. And we have spent a little bit more there. It's 1975. We will pay so many taxes, 4.6 million. And yeah, right now I am also failing emission standards. So the old Futurismo, with the old engine that we just signed off again, is failing. So that one will have to go very soon. Fortunately, we don't lose money overall yet. And what's also happening is that the G-Duo just accumulates more and more pre-orders, even though the prices are pretty high compared to the upcoming Freccia. So I think we have to increase the pricing. Damn, also the margins are so good on this one. So 3k more for both. Futurismo is slowly declining, so I think it will be alright, the amount of pre-orders that we will have by the end of the runtime of the 2+2. And the Cuneo is slowly able to reduce its pre-orders. We will do an update for the Cuneo in next episode, I believe. The Freccia also gets pre-orders by now. Really good. Yeah, we're almost done with the pre-orders of the Futurismo. And there we are. Mark III Futurismo has completed engineering. We move into 1976. And the new one is selling nicely. 31. I think the previous one sold a little bit more. And we also sell a few of the Group 5 cars. They're really nice. So we already have delivered 4 Group 5 cars for 200,000 each. So markets are looking good. Still, I'd like to be stronger in the GT and GT Premium. So the new upcoming Futurismo at some point really needs to be a GT banger. Other than that, we're pretty good. I think also Futurismo is going into the family sports premium. Finances. When did we see a B up there? Excellent. We also have plenty of Freccias already pre-ordered, 42 pieces, and that means we need to really make sure that this is a good car, and therefore we will take one of the first prototypes and go onto the racetrack and see what it can do. Alright, so let's see how it goes. Pretty short first gears. Quite aggressive brakes again. Car feels very, very nimble. It's light, that's why. But also understeering because of its skinny front tires. So a little bit more grip in the front would be nice. Steer from hell. But easy to drive, so a lot of traction because of the rear engine and not too much power. Definitely something you could daily and then take to a small racetrack on the weekends without blowing your budget, as long as you don't crash. I crashed quite a bit already, especially here in the slingshot, so I will go slightly lift off just to be safe. Yeah, 190 stop speed. And super careful now in Bavarian Bend again. Actually not too bad. Third gear might have been better. Yeah, actually quite drivable, surprisingly. Just that the brakes are a little bit off, could be fine-tuned and made a bit weaker. Really, I'm very careful on the brakes here. And a little bit wider front tires. That would be nice to have. But definitely one of the cars where I didn't need so many tries to get a lap together. Having no power sometimes really helps. Where it doesn't help is with the lap. With the lap time. What do we get? 235? 236. Not too bad for such a cheap sports car with a 1.5 liter engine and 108 horsepower. So yeah, pretty happy with how this turned out. Definitely room for improvement also in the future. Question is this a future rally car? Because it's a little cheaper? Maybe we can blow this one up a little bit to do something nice. Let's see. But next time, as I said, first of all, update to the Cuneo. Facelift, maybe turbocharged version. We already now have finished the Group 5 prototype of the Futurismo. So that means we now have a working turbocharger in the house. We can definitely use that in serious production projects. Looking forward to that. Thank you all very much for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.